Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. I hope you guys are ready for your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday Morning Cartoon Awesomeness. It is dangerous to release too much of my awesomeness all at once. Wile E. Coyote is my spirit animal, and if there's one thing that I'm really good at, it's messing stuff up. So I need reliable and rugged gear. So we're going to be doing a compare and contrast video today that's kind of a gear review, but just showing you two of the kind of clickers that I have run, and you're going to find out which one I actually prefer. With that being said, clickers are a controversial topic within traditional archery because some people feel that you need one, some people feel that it bastardizes the purity of traditional bow hunting to use a clicker. Me, whatever works for you, works for you. And I am not the greatest traditional archer in the world by any means. The only reason that I look like a good shot is because we're all badasses in our own backyard. Ain't nobody ever does an archery video on the first take. That's the God's honest truth. However, if you are interested in getting a clicker like what you see in this video, you can go to threeriversarchery.com and use the discount code of Tex Grebner in your checkout. And that's going to help you get what you might need if you're so inclined. Speaking of getting what you need, if you want to help support the channel and help me go on some exciting adventures, you can go to texgrebneroutdoors.com and check out the Make It Weird merchandise, the Kill with Sticks merchandise, and of course, because I deal in reality, and I bring you the reality of my Illinois archery season the way that it happens, life ain't like the pornos, hunting ain't like the TV shows. It is dangerous to release too much of my awesomeness all at once. This is a standard bow clicker. I believe it is a Cricket or Clicket brand. I can't remember which one it is. But it has a piece of spring steel, and it glues onto the limb, ties into the bowstring, and when you get to your full draw, it's supposed to create a click because this piece of spring steel gets popped when you pull on the string. Very simple, but not all that reliable in the sense of it is dangerous to release too much of my awesomeness all at once. Because since this is tied into your string, you can get it caught on stuff, and if in the heat of the moment you overdraw, you can spring this out to where it no longer actually does its job of clicking and checking your draw. I've gone through 5 of these clickers so far before I ended up finding something that was more rugged. And while we're at it, do you need a clicker? No, you don't need a clicker. As an archery purist, a lot of them would say clickers are stupid and it overcomplicates things. And truthfully, I do agree, because in general traditional archery, we never shoot over 20 yards in bow hunting, and your first shot is the only one that counts. What I have here is a side click from Three Rivers Archery, and it is a magnetic clicker. This is actually the back side of the riser. This is the belly side of the riser. But for this, I may slip up and I may call this the front side of the riser and this the back side of the riser. So just bear with me. Bow terminology can get confusing. This is the side clicker. It's a magnetic clicker that, as you can see with my Grizzly Stick slug system here, I have a steel weight screwed into the very back of the slug system, and I have my arrows spined out so that when I am at full draw, I have them flying correctly for the weight that I'm using. And as you can see and hear, when this weight comes to full draw, it pops it out and it makes the magnet stick to the side of the arrow. Now, this doesn't actually affect arrow flight at all, but it doesn't depend for its durability on you not pulling the bowstring too far back and ruining it. Because this is a magnet, if you're going to run it in the plunger hole of the riser, your bushing has to be either brass or aluminum. because it will not work with a steel plunger hole because it's a magnet. It's just going to stick to the side of the bushing. You can run it on the back side of the riser, or you can run it on the belly side of the riser as I have it here. And the trickiest part of figuring out one of these clickers is actually getting your arrow cut to the right length so that it spines out properly to get the steel where it actually needs to be and get the clicker where it needs to be in the draw cycle. Now, everybody loves, when they first get into clickers, to actually set things up where they get a full, beautiful target extension, 28-inch, perfect draw. What you need to do when you're setting up a bow clicker is you need to actually set the clicker up so that it fits your organic draw length. Now, in this case, I have it set up to be on the belly side of the riser rather than on the back side of the riser, but you can run it wherever you want to. One thing that I was not crazy about with this clicker was how it came to me, because this here is not standard. This is a compound bow drop away rest that I have actually bolted on to my riser bushing, and I have threaded the side click through it to make it much more robust and reliable, because the side bar that comes with the side click is much more polymer, and I would imagine that that's because they're assuming that you're going to be running it through a riser bushing hole rather than behind or in front of the arrow shelf. So pretty much what I've done here is I took the product and I ruggedized it. Now, you can adjust this in and out for a fine adjustment and a coarse adjustment to make sure that you get it popping where you want it to. And so after my initial tuning, so far I'm really happy with how this actually worked out. But just like any other product in traditional archery or archery in general, you're actually going to have to do your own diligence and figure out how you need to set this product up on your own equipment and how it's going to work best when you're actually using it. See if I can shoot a decent group. Well, not old 10s, but not terrible shooting for over 20 yards for me. I hope this video has been helpful to you in archery gear selection so that you can kill with sticks. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please become my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. Thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.